Hey, hey. All right. So, Libras, welcome back. Let's go ahead and see where this one is going to take us, shall we? I feel like we need to go down a road of a little bit more. Well, I love the galaxy backdrop. I love the fact that it makes me think of, stars and kind of where we come from and where we're going and the chance for more expansion and kind of unknowns and unexpected. Okay, so we've got card 28, and what we have is a character who is a performer in the day. And when they're done with their performance and they come back to their circus tent and they take off their mask, they commune, I'll say, with the memory of someone who's not present, but who they feel is with them all the time. You notice how this feminine is in this bell jar and her ghostly hand reaches out to touch their lips. This is as if someone is, man, they are carrying that Libra with them every step of the way. And whatever they're having to do in their daily life, they may be great. Nobody knows that they have this other secret life where they actually feel this profound connection to somebody that is, it's an intangible connection, but it means more to them than their day-to-day real life. It feels like somebody is working really hard, um, doing things that they must, because hey, in life we all have to do what we must, right? But the reality of what they're, I don't want to say what they live for necessarily, but the a more important aspect of their life is the one that is lived behind closed doors. And it's like, boy, I feel like this person is just pining for someone. Hang on, I almost picked up two decks there. They are pining for this feminine. We've got the World card. We've got the Seven of Wands. They're feeling like at some point in time they're going to reach a point where they'll be able to do what they must, to they'll be on top of the problems that they face, the struggles that they face. This is somebody who is working very, very hard behind the scenes for a very specific goal. This is something that they want. This is someone that they want to talk to, someone that it also, there's this element of, oh gosh, we've got the Scorpio energy here of the Judgment card coming in, but it's in the reverse. But what I'm going to say is this: they have set, whether this is true or not, they have set in their mind this idea that I cannot have this new life until I can overcome these struggles. Until then, there will be no reconciliation. Until then, there will be no success. Until then, I must remain right where I am. But I live in these memories. I don't know if this person, there's something about the way this individual is that they pay attention to. So, say this is their Libra like touches them. There are words that they almost feel like the Libra can take the words right from their lips, or there are words that they want to say. They may even whisper them to this Libra. If there was, I hope this doesn't sound creepy, but it's like if they have a way to peer into the Libra's life, they look at something online, they look at someone's social media, whatever this is, they may actually talk to that person's photo. Um, you know, maybe they whisper, I love you. It's something like that. Like they say these things to the image of this individual that they either hold in their mind or that they actually literally get to see. Whatever this is a character who is very much aware that there is a bond, there is a connection. But man, do they feel disempowered right now. They feel like all I can do is in this quiet, private time that I have after the the circus that I live in comes to a close. This is like late at night, they get home from work and they finally have a chance to kind of take off their mask. And then they admit to themselves, gosh, there's this person on my heart. There's this person that I don't know. I don't want to say this like some guilty pleasure where they, look at this person's social media and they're like, oh, I hope nobody else knows that I'm looking at their social media because this is a taboo connection or something. Like they're not allowed to be in love with somebody else because they're already married. I'm not saying that it's a taboo situation like that. But It's more like what their heart really wants. I don't feel like this person is living the life that they want to live. Let's put it that way. They seem to be working, acting like everything's great, high-fiving people. That is not where their heart is at all. It doesn't matter. What happens when we go to a circus and we see the performers? We see these amazing, talented individuals. They make us, wow, and we assume that their life must be as dazzling and wonderful as what we just sat and observed them, doing the tricks for us. When in fact, that's probably not at all. It's just a human being living a human life, but they happen to be very skilled at not showing what's really behind the mask. And they also happen to be very skilled at whatever job, profession they have. I feel like that's the way to describe this person. The rest of the world sees this person as a terrific and skilled individual. They feel like a performing monkey. Now, that doesn't mean that they work in the circus, right? I'm using the circus as a metaphor for just like the wildness of life. They could work in any kind of high profile CEO, any kind of industry, anything. But the bottom line is how other people see them is not really where their head and heart is. They do their job, and they do it really well. And other people think that their life is perfect. And in fact, they live for those moments when they get home at the end of this work day and they have those moments to themselves. And that's when I think they say the words that are real and true, but they might only say it to somebody's photo, the way they really feel. I feel like this is I'm not going to say a forbidden love, but it's a love that's definitely at a distance. Wow. They dream of the day that they can break free, that they can be that actual emperor, that they don't have to keep the way they feel about somebody hidden. Maybe this is somebody who needs to come out of the closet. Maybe this is somebody who needs to admit who they're really truly in love with. I mean, it doesn't have to be coming out of the closet, but I'm just going to mention that because it keeps feeling like they're not allowed to tell anyone that this is really where I want to be. This is really who I love. But someday they're going to break free and they're going to take this leap of faith. We've got a Page of Wands in the reverse, and we've got a Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. The thing is, they know that none of this is happening. There will be no small step forward, no timid or tentative step forward. It will be an all or nothing kind of game here. The day that they choose to, or the day that they feel empowered enough to change their life, there will be no going back. They can't ease their way into this person's life and try to be friends with them, casual friends. They can't try to keep one foot in their old life and be with this person. They will have to completely leave behind their old life and take a leap of faith. And so it's a big leap of faith because they're going to have the courage to surrender everything that they have known, which they haven't been satisfied with, right? But still, change still requires quite a bit of courage. But the other side of it is they have to really, truly be betting on the idea that that my Libra will love me too. That if I come in to be that emperor, that this is really going to work. They have to believe in that as well. But it really, right now, it's more the confidence in themselves. Now, why are they not at that point yet? We'll go with this deck. Okay. Why are they not at the point of being able to do this yet? I mean, they look really close to it, but we have King of Discs. We have Nine of Discs. They're not there yet because this says they've got a little bit more money that they have to accrue. They have to be financially independent. What does that mean? This person has to be financially independent. So have they owed a debt to somebody else? Has there been something? We have an Emperor and we can't have a Queen of Swords. They seem to be under the watchful eye of someone. Maybe they owe something to a mother and father figure. They need to become their own emperor, but maybe they've been living under a father's shadow, mother and father's shadow. I don't know. This appears that they've got a Queen of Swords and an Emperor are both awesome energies, though, because they're in the upright. But this kind of seems like if they need to be independently financially stable, why do I feel like Maybe they owe money to their parents and they have to repay that before they can go in some other direction. Maybe they're paying that back through services, but they're also saving up money. Maybe they're living at home with parents, and the parents, are like, this is incredibly valuable to us right now. Maybe they're older parents. I only suggest that because this masculine, is gray haired, and um, there seems to be, I feel like the mother might give a little too much advice though, only because we have these ravens. And definitely she got a sharp eye. She got a keen eye for what's going on. So if this is right now, basically the storyline that I've concocted based off of what I'm seeing is that we have a divine masculine that needed to fully take charge of their life, but they feel like they can't do that until they can pay their own way through their own life. And maybe they hit a stumbling block. Maybe, money got difficult. Maybe this person had no choice but to move back in with family. So they've got to first get their life organized. Then they can pursue the romance that they want to have as that adult who's able to manage their own life. At this point in time, I don't see a toxic mother and father. If anything, they might be a bit controlling, because what parents aren't, right? Every family member is going to give us advice whether we want it or not. That's just family. Mothers and fathers in particular might really be extra opinionated, especially if their son or daughter had hit some roadblocks, stumbling blocks. But the thing is, these are great parents. They want the best. But this individual, we could be dealing with a divine masculine, since we do see the emperor, even though I don't read for gender. So please bear that in mind. It may not be a man, even though I'm saying masculine. They might need, though, to reach this point where they themselves can feel independent and secure. 8 of discs, they are working so hard, and we have the Justice card. So why do we have the Justice card there? They are working so hard. Is it because they're working so hard to try to make things right with the Libra? I mean, Justice is crying. We have somebody that could have blonde hair. They might be a makeup artist. They may have a really awesome way to do their makeup. They could be classically attractive, like really unique features that almost makes them look like a sculpture. What's interesting is this character as well. I feel like we're dealing with 2 very attractive individuals. They have unique features. Now, I will say this. I think of attractiveness as very, very different, not like societal standards of, people in magazines. Not that they're not beautiful and perfect, but I don't think of perfection as beautiful. In my mindset, what's beautiful or what's handsome is faces where you go, "Wow, I've never seen somebody who has, look at the shape of the eyes, look at the uniqueness of the nose, look at I like lines in people's faces. I find wrinkles to be really attractive." And we have a masculine who has, I would argue that's a dead sexy masculine right there. But they may have like a countenance to them. Meanwhile, if this is describing our Libra may have a very like even a different era. Like they may be very statuesque. They may get compliments like that. They may be able to look back at old, like classic historical photos and be like, I look more like somebody out of 1860 than I do look like someone of 2023. So that's just a side note, only because this stands out to me. It's not to make this all about looks, but I would argue that both of these characters have a certain look. They would stand out in a crowd. People don't forget them. They both have a certain something about them that sets them apart from others. We've got them working hard. And I said, but what do I need to know about that Justice card? We have 9 of Wands. I mean, there has definitely been some fatigue, some mistakes, things that maybe should have already been worked out and worked through maybe last year didn't happen. They had an intention of setting things right with the Libra last year. And I only say that because last year was Year of the Tiger. And instead that time frame slipped through their claws. I'll say this has been a prolonged separation, a prolonged agony, a prolonged having things wrong that needed to be set right, and they still haven't been set right. 9 of Wands, this person is losing steam. Also, this is meaning I think our Libra might be losing steam, giving up on this, that Say Something, I'm Giving Up on You, that song. I feel like if anything, and keep in mind this storyline could be completely reversed, the Libra is sending out the energy of just say something. I can feel you out there watching me. For God's sake, say something. Anything. Don't stand there in silence. I know that you live for this moment to come. It's like this Libra has a spidey sense. Didn't we just get one like this? I swear the last Libra video I did was something about like an intuitive like zap. It's as if this character is saying, I know that you watch me. I can feel that. I can feel your energy is like somehow right there around me still. So why don't you just speak up and say something? Say something, say anything. Just speak, for goodness sakes. To hear from you would make me so happy. That's what this looks like. Sorry, I'm not crying. My eyeball is itching. It's the sun. Like, say something direct. Say something direct. Not this cloistered cloak and dagger stuff. See, Four of Swords. Once again, it's all these clouds. It's all this confusion. How are we ever going to clean up any of this confusion if the sun never comes out? The sun has to burn through the clouds. How are we ever going to get to anything real if you never say anything that is direct? Death card in the reverse, Lovers upright. This is almost like, here's what I would say. If our character, whomever this person is, speaks up, that can reestablish the bond, even if they are still in a tumultuous situation where they are still paying off debts and they cannot move forward yet. This is like, but it's time. They have to reach out and say something. They have to at this moment in time, because there's this energy of fatigue here where it's like, I don't think I can wait any longer here. That look, a 9 of Wands is pretty dang close to the 10. Once our character hits the 10, it's game over. They're going to let this go, and they're going to say, all this time, somebody who I know hovered around me, who I know wanted to reach out to me, whatever they've been working on privately, they don't want to come to me until they can come with a big offer. But you know what? They don't have the luxury of waiting anymore, because I need some kind of connection with them in the 3D, not in the 5D, where they actually tell me something real. They tell me what they're working on. They tell me how badly they want to be with me. They tell me that they are reaching out to me energetically on a nightly basis. They tell me that I'm more real to them, that this doesn't just exist in the 5D, that this isn't over. I need a reassurance that this isn't over. That's what this looks like to me. So what's going to happen? I don't want this to keep going on and on, because I feel like, oh, this storyline, this is quite a fantastical one, right? I am a fictional storyteller. I'm not telling anybody how their life is really going to go, but in this story, I can definitely see the thread of this loud and clear. What is going to happen? 3 of Pentacles, King of Wands. Good. I was going to say, if they do not reach out tangibly with something real, and this is definitely tangible. 3 of Pentacles doesn't get more tangible than that. This is this person sending something, sending if they don't show up in person, and they may not, they will still be sending something that would be a tangible item, something that is proof of, I am thinking of you. This is far from being over. I am working on what I must so I can come forward. It's just, it has to be direct. And a King of Wands in the upright is direct. They are warm. They are wonderful. They are 6 of Cups and the Moon. They may say, even though I know it's taking a long time, but don't think that I'm not on my way back. I am. I'm sorry I don't have a date yet. They may send this message out on the full moon, which is tomorrow, the 30th. It is to say, I'm sorry, I don't know when I'm coming back still, but I do need to tell you that this love is real, and that this is tangible proof that this is not over. I have every intention still. They have to make their intentions known. Love doesn't know time, distance, and boundaries, but hearing nothing, that collapses stuff. So I'm going to leave this here. Thank you guys for being here. If you do enjoy it, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.